I can't believe that Angel got me out here about to defend Gizelle, of all people. What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Bonnie Scotch. Thank you so much for clicking on my video today. I wanted to bring you a review for Real Housewives of Potomac. This is season 10, episode 5. Can I just say this? 5 episodes in, this is the most fun that I am having with this show, with Potomac. It's starting to feel better. It's like, okay, we're in a good groove now. You know, it feels like, okay, I can settle into this season and it feels good. I really enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed the last one. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now, before we get into this review, I'm going to need y'all to go ahead and hit the like button for me. When you hit the like button, it's a free way to support the channel. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you have not already. And you can swipe right in the comments and hit the hype feature to boost your girl in the algorithm. Now, before we fully get into this episode, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to my members because y'all have been holding your girl down and I just really appreciate y'all so much. So huge shout out to Kari, Sweet Cakes, Loving Lady, Mrs. Ginger Jordan, Danelle Carter, Francesca, Nola Darling, Girl What's the Tea, UKNW Payne, Keisha Weird, Kamiko, Elite Leo, Dina Cole, Claudia Smith, Jai Cat, JC, Moonchild, So Iconic, Miss Dominique, Aqua Girl, LOL, Lana, Aisha B, This Cat Rocks, Alex, Lauren Jackson, Hot Commodity, Melanated and Tatted, Jabril Sal, Callie Steve, Charlene Alexander, Miss Cookie Ray, Desna Fulton, DMS, Robert Rosencrantz, Eloise, and last but very not least, Monique King. Thank you all so much for becoming members to the channel. You can help me with the maintenance of this channel by subscribing to my membership. It is a cup of coffee every month. And also, huge shout out to Callie Steve and Claudia Smith, who gifted a bunch of memberships a couple of lives back. I love y'all down. I love y'all real bad. And shout out to all of Scotch Gang, everybody who watches. All of you who watch from the rafters and you never comment, I love y'all down. Everybody who gets in the comments with me every week, everybody who shows up for the premieres, everybody who joins the lives, all of you matter. All of you mean something. All of you have helped me grow this channel. I don't want anybody to feel like I don't appreciate y'all because I appreciate and love y'all down, okay? So let's go ahead and get into this episode. Once again, I think that this was a great episode, so I feel like we have a lot to discuss. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I can zip through this in under 30 minutes. Okay, pray for me, y'all. So, we start this episode with Ashley accusing Stacey of having a thing with Chris Samuels. And Ashley is like, well, how do you know him? And how did you become friends with him? And it's like, bitch, why the hell do you care so much? How is it your business? She always want to bring back some information that somebody told her. And it's like, girl, shut up. Ashley is really, in my opinion, like the most irritating person on reality TV, period. So then Stacey is like, well, if I were a man, I would want to tell people that they were dating me too. And then you got Angel jumping in talking about, oh, he's not like that. Angel, you don't know what he's like. You don't know that man. And remember, the last time Angel said, oh, they didn't do that, they wouldn't say that, they were indeed doing and saying that. It was her own friend, Kay. So I don't know if you are that great of a judge of character, or sometimes you really just need to play the back and let things play out. Because you don't know what was said because you weren't there. Because according to Angel, he was supposed to be like a big brother type of mentor figure to to her husband, to Bobby. And it's like, okay, he's mentoring your husband. He's a big bro to your husband. That don't mean that y'all are friends. That don't mean that you know him like that. That don't mean that you know what he'll be running around saying. You know how men are. Men have this thing where they like to sit around together and talk about women and talk about their conquests. That's their way of relating to each other. That's, their rite of passage when it comes to like manhood, violence and conquering and, being a gallus and bare women and all of that stuff. So don't do that. Don't do that, Angel. It's like, Angel, girl, I need you to learn when to play the back and when to play the front. You don't need to jump into everything. You don't know him. And even if Stacey did date Chris Samuels, she don't know Monique. That's not her friend. She don't owe her a motherfucking thing. Stacey is just sitting there sipping her drink with her wet and wavy, unbothered, okay? Also, one thing I wanted to point out about Stacey, what I really like about her is that she does not let these girls get under her skin. You do not see Stacey breaking a sweat about these girls, even though you can tell she feels left out in a lot of situations, and you know, she's relieved to have Wendy and Jazzy there, but she don't let these girls run her raggedy. Y'all, Gizelle in this damn wig. The ladies get back to the villa and they're saying happy birthday to Wendy, and Kay decided that she is tired and she wants to go to bed. She doesn't want to have any cake, whatever. So Kay is running down everything that happened. And by the way, I ain't feel no way about Kay going back to her room. I was like, go girl, go on somewhere. Kay is running down everything that happened to her and how, you know, her girlfriend is a catfish and Jazzy is in her face and Wendy and this and that. And it's like, girl, you are at the center of most of these things that you brought up. Like, her lack of self-awareness is killing me. So then you got Ashley out of nowhere talking about, hey, Wendy, have you ever been sexually attracted to a woman before? Ashley is such an aggressive dyke. Did y'all notice damn near every cast trip, every trip that these girls go on, she always wants to bring up the topic of smooching other girls or who's a lesbian, or she's always trying to find out who's bi-curious and this and that. And it's like, girl, you're always trying to suss out who she can bump pocketbooks with. Then you got Ashley asking Jazzy if she really thinks that there are no more infractions going on between her and her man. And it's like, Ashley, I need you to mind your fucking business, girl. Because when your ex-husband was running around with all of his infractions, jumping around from hotel room to hotel room, grabbing butts, you overlooked those infractions. So if somebody want to overlook what they man is doing, that ain't none of your business. As far as I'm concerned, she's doing what you was doing. She's getting to the money. Well, I don't know if Ashley really got to the money, because Michael don't give that he really gave her anything. He maybe gave her a couple of dollars or whatever, but I feel like Ashley is really just getting child support. Like, it don't give that she's getting money like that, because why she still look like that? When the girls get a piece of money, you can tell. Okay, listen, when I get a piece of money, there will be signs. Oh, yes. So the girls are asking, who would you kill right now? They're playing this game. I guess, you know how people play fuck, marry, kill. Anyway, so Angel goes on to say that she would kill Gizelle. And Angel says, I was so nice to you, and then you called my ass a catfish. And then she stands up and she's like, let me tell you something. I'm that motherfucker. Are you? Are you? Because it sounds like you're trying to convince yourself. But it was nice to see a little bit more of Angel's personality in this moment. And then she starts high-fiving everybody. Wendy says, come on over to the dark side. And Angel gets up and goes to sit next to Wendy. So I thought that that was a cute moment. Wendy said that when Kay left, Angel seemed to rise like a phoenix. And I agree with that, because Angel seems the most laid back in this moment that I've ever seen her. And you get a flash of this likability. And I think it's the likability factor that we all see in Angel. I think us as an audience, we all see potential in Angel. But there are things about Angel that rubs me the wrong way. And I just want to say this too. Don't get down in my comments with any smart mouth shit, okay? I'm a dark-skinned woman who lives in America, okay? There are certain experiences that I have had, and because this show has a history of colorism, there are moments when I get triggered, okay? That being said, I am willing to go forward on the note, on the idea that maybe Angel is just taking up Kay's fight, and she's taking up her fight out of the sense of loyalty. As a person who has experienced colorism quite a bit, sometimes I do get that trigger. It's just a reality. In the spirit of moving past that, okay? In the spirit of moving past things, I am willing to just... So the next morning, we see Angel having a conversation with Kay. Angel says that she's very disappointed in Gizelle. Kay is saying, well, you're still breastfeeding, and that was an incredible insult. What was an incredible insult? Gizelle didn't say nothing about her body. She said that this does not look like you. Can I just say this? As somebody with a very prominent nose, you see this? The Jackson 5 nostrils? That's hard ER right there. That is hard ER. There's only but so much contouring I can do. Yes, I did contour my nose a little bit, but that's the extent of it. Listen, very rounded nose. If I had a child, my nose would spread right across my face just like Angel. So I understand, but they're talking about your face and how you are contouring that face in these pictures and how you look like AI and how you're giving Sims character, mama. Like, you're giving CGI. It's no shade. And that is what they're speaking to. They're not body shaming her. They're not talking about her body. Kay is saying that you're still breast pumping while you're here, and that's an incredible insult. And I'm just like, what was the incredible insult here? They said that her pictures don't look like her because they don't. It's only but so much that a contour can do. If you got a prominent nose, you got a prominent nose, but your pictures don't look like you. That is the point. And girl, you know you catfishing. You just are, period. Gizelle comes down, you know, into the room with the girls. She's all happy and bubbly. Good morning, team. Y'all know how Gizelle is. So Angel comes and she sits back down after she gets a tissue from the bar to wipe her face. And Gizelle is like, wait a minute, are you crying? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. This is a new day. By no means do I want you to feel like I wanted to hurt you. And I thought that this was a big moment because we never really see Gizelle apologizing to people or like being sensitive about people's feelings. So I thought that that was interesting. But also I felt like Gizelle was being very sincere in this moment. Angel is saying, my experience with these girls is fucked. And this is not something I expected from you, being a mom. And I give so much to my children. Part of my currency is my appearance. And I used to be on the red carpet. And I feel like you did that to be mean. I think in this moment, Angel's insecurities are definitely jumping out because I truly don't feel like it was a body shaming issue. You are going crazy with these filters, girl. You know, what I found crazy was that Angel was like, oh, I looked up to you like a big sister. For what? Who comes on this show and they're like, I want Gizelle to be my big sister. She's going to be my mentor. Like, girl, do you watch the show? And the thing that kills me is like, I feel like Gizelle don't want to be you girls' big sister. She don't care about that. She is not trying to be y'all mentor. She's not trying to be like, she's here to get her coin. Anyway, Angel is saying, by the way, my silk press came out so fab. Yes, honey, I did it in like 30 minutes yesterday. I just like breezed through it yesterday. Anyway, Angel is saying, oh, my husband likes it. And that's all that matters. If your husband likes it so motherfucking much, why are you sitting up here crying in front of Gizelle? And why didn't you say that in front of Gizelle? Angel has a lot of mouth in the confessionals, but she never has it for the girls. Y'all notice that? Do you know where you are? Do you know where you are? This is Housewives. It's like you want to throw a husband in somebody's face, and it's like, girl, who cares? Gizelle got a man. All these girls got a man. Even if they don't got a man that you know about, listen, these girls got a man. And I'm speaking from personal experience. Just because I don't come down here and tell y'all stuff, or just because I don't tell certain people certain things, don't mean that it's not happening. Hello? And I'll say this too. Something that y'all should know about a lot of like good looking, attractive women. They always got somebody on reserve. It's always somebody in the wings. Trust me when I tell you, listen. I'm just speaking from experience. Anyway, y'all, I can't believe that these girls got me down here defending Gizelle. Never thought I'd see the day. Who would have thunk?
Look at us. Hey, look at us.
Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
I think that Jazzy is a beautiful woman, by the way. She reminds me so much of the women in my family. Like, her nose, specifically. Like, she reminds me of, like, my grandmother when she was much younger. The women on my maternal side. I think Jazzy is just so gorgeous. She's so pretty to me. I love to look at her. But anyway, I love the cover up that Kay had on, the brown crochet with the sequins sewed on there. Very, very pretty. So Kay goes to have a conversation with Ashley on the side, and Kay says that she was very upset with the Angel situation and people making insensitive jokes. She said that she didn't want to re-engage after the party. She's also saying that the Wendy of it all bothers her and that they're having a disconnect, and Jazzy is adding to the disconnect. And it's like, girl, you have all of these problems with all of these girls that don't nobody give a damn about. You beefing with Stacy, you beefing with Jazzy, you beefing with Wendy. Now you want to take up Angel's fight when Angel has a mouth. Angel can speak up on her own behalf. But I just think it's so funny that, like, you had this problem with the girls talking about your friend, but you ain't say shit. You was mum's the word. Got the most to say in every situation except for when it comes to your friend. I just thought that that was really odd. Why couldn't you check Gizelle in the moment? Why you having a side conversation with Ashley about Gizelle? Because it was really Gizelle who was like bringing it to the forefront. You see what I mean about how Gizelle is running these girls? You know what? I guess Gizelle really is in charge of the girls, y'all. I have to give it to her. But you know what? That's what I enjoy about myself. When I'm wrong about things, at least I can come down here and say that I'm wrong, or say that I received new information and I can change my mind. Angel comes out after a while, and Angel says that Bobby was ready to charter a jet. He doesn't play about me. Then you get this flash scene of him saying, oh, she's almost 60 years old and she's talking about Photoshop. Let's dive into some of her pictures from the past. Bobby, I want you to shut the hell up. Okay? Because y'all knew that when y'all signed up for this motherfucking show, it was a mean-ass 60-year-old on here letting the girls have it. And it was good enough for Angel to sign up for then. But now all of a sudden, that Angel is subject to the same scrutiny that all these other motherfuckers been subject to. Now all of a sudden, she's 60 and look up her pictures and all. Bobby, let me tell you something. I need you to keep it very cute when it comes to the women. I don't want to hear your man getting sassy and rude about a woman on the phone. So you just calm her down and be like, it's all right, baby, whatever, whatever. You know you look good, and I'm going to tear you up when you get home or whatever else. I'm not trying to hear no sassy mouth comments from no man. I don't want to hear the men getting involved to that extent. I don't want to hear that. No shade. And I'm not saying sassy to be derogatory about anybody's sexuality. So before y'all start typing fast, it ain't even about that. Some men be acting sassy. Oh, God, I can't believe y'all got me down here defending Gizelle. You ought to be ashamed. Anyway, all of the girls are confused because they thought that last night Angel was fine. Listen, the thing is, all of us have gone to bed feeling one way about something and then wake up feeling another way. I'm one of those people specifically where it can take me a while to process my feelings. I might feel fine in the moment, and then months later I'd be like, well, wait a damn minute. She said this and it's hitting me in a different way. Now, you know, depending on the situation, there is a statute on when you can bring somebody some shit. Well, again, it depends on the situation. It depends on the severity. You know what I'm saying? But listen, I understand this completely. I understand this feeling. However, that's not what happened. You went and you had a conversation with Kay, and Kay put that battery in your back. So the next day, the girls are going to this Alexander Hamilton house. No shade, but when I go to visit a place, I don't want to learn about no colonial ass history. I don't need to go and visit no museum with no stinking ass white man. Enslaver, colonizer, they all have the same history. Who gives a fuck? So then we have Tia checking on Angel. And Angel is saying that she is feeling, a little raw about it still. And she's still processing her feelings. And Jazzy is like, well, even yesterday you said that you felt the same way about the photo. She's saying that to Tia. And Tia is saying, well, I would have brought it up in a different way. And my thing is like, you would have pulled her to the side to have a conversation with her about her looking like a catfish? That don't even make no sense. This is Housewives. The girls get messy. They're bringing up things, in front of each other at the table out loud. Like, the girls are not pulling each other to the side like, hey, girl, I think you look like a catfish. What's going on? Like, What? Like, what are we saying here? And then you coming on as Gizelle's friend, like you don't know how Gizelle do. You don't know how this game works. Can I just be so honest with y'all about something? Like, Gizelle bringing up them pictures about her being a catfish, because she absolutely was catfishing. And so for Angel to sit up there and gaslight the shit out of Gizelle and cry was crazy. But can I just say, y'all, this is not top 10, top 20 worst housewives moments. Gizelle talking about how Angel looks like a catfish. It's not even top 30 if we being honest. That is not the meanest thing, the nastiest, it's not that serious. Girl, you are catfishing. That is the reality of the situation. You just don't like that somebody actually said something, because it's like, most people don't bring that up. Like, I'm not going to bring up that somebody don't look shit like their pictures. Like, I'm not going to say that, but I'm also not on Housewives, and I'm also not Gizelle. And also, if I were in some configuration of a reality TV show, I don't know that I would be the villain. I don't know that that is the archetype that I would particularly lean into, because I feel like that's exhausting. But anyway, whatever. So you got Angel saying that she's an OG wag because she put in work to get to know the younger girls. And I just feel like this man and being a wag is her whole personality. It's her whole identity, and I'm so bored. What are your hobbies? What are your interests? She used to be a journalist. There are interesting things about her. There are things about her that we would like to get to know more. Angel says, last night I was annoyed, and if you knew me better, you would know that I wasn't okay. And it's like, okay, girl. So Jazzy goes on to say, well, girl, what was the real reason that you were upset? Y'all, why production shady ass rewound the tapes in, like, they did it in the most dramatic fashion too. And I'm like, damn, they really not fucking with Angel. Production is not seeing it for her. But anyway, they rewind the tapes, and it shows her 5 minutes after she left the party, letting Kay get her worked up into this funk. So Angel went to Kay's room, and the first thing that she started doing was rolling her eyes in the back of her head and being negative, talking about the behavior of the other ladies. But she doesn't talk about her own behavior. She has no self-awareness, no concept whatsoever of how she comes off or how she shows up in this space with these women. I really wish that Jazzy got Kay's flu. I really do. Wendy says that I think it's so funny how last night we were finally getting into Gizelle's business and Ashley goes changing the subject. Low-key, this is all y'all's fault, because there is no reason that y'all should not have been bringing up Gizelle's business in all of the years before. Why didn't y'all bring it up before? Wouldn't nobody stopping y'all from jumping into her shit. So Gizelle opens up a little bit more about Sean, but she's also being a little bit dodgy about it. And you get the idea, you get the sense that this is something sacred to her and this is something that she's guarding. Gizelle's got a man at home. But anyway, Wendy says, as someone who can say that Gizelle is my friend, I'm so happy for you, and it's actually nice to see Gizelle and Wendy getting along so well this season. I don't know why it wasn't possible in previous years, but I do like Gizelle and Wendy together as a duo. Also, I'll say this. I did catch what Gizelle had to say with Robin on the Reasonably Shady podcast, and Gizelle handled the situation as a friend would, and it really surprised me about Gizelle. And I'm like, okay, Gizelle is surprising me quite a bit in this season of her life. I was very impressed that she seemed to have some very balanced conversations, some balanced commentary rather, about Wendy. And I said, all right, Gizelle. Okay. All right. Also, listen, I know a lot of people who don't like Gizelle, they're going to feel some type of way about me saying this, but I find Gizelle to be a lot more likable this season. You know, we only 5 episodes in, so I'm not going to put too much on it. But Gizelle, you know, she is coming off a lot more likable this season, to me anyway. You know, y'all can get down in the comments and let me know. I know y'all going to do that anyway, because that's how y'all are.
Oh, I'm going to do that anyway. I'm going to do that anyway because that's how I am.
The girls are eating, and Angel says, my baby sent me some money so I can go shopping. He sent me $5,000. Girl, why do you feel the need to tell them that he sent you $5,000? You don't already got access to the money?
I get a little access to the money.
Where are your cards? Where are your things? These girls are walking around with their own credit cards, and your man had to wire you some money? Girl, it's a little souvenir shop. The most you was going to need was maybe like $200. All these girls got their own money except for Wendy. No shade. Y'all know I got to get these jokes off. I mean, it's stuff going on in real time. Wendy ain't got no money, child. She was irritated by the comment, girl. We know why. You got Wendy saying that she doesn't feel well and that there was a bug in her house before that they left for Nevis. So it's like, girl, why didn't you stay your ass home? I cannot stand a motherfucker who want to come to work and get everybody sick. I ain't like it when I was working in the office. I don't like when nobody else does it. Stay your ass home. Then later on in the episode, she over there on a steel pan playing the drums or whatever next to the guy and coughing. It's like, you want to get the people of the motherfucking island sick too? That's what y'all do. Remember when Koviana first came up and they was like, do not go to these islands because y'all are getting these people sick? It's the same damn thing. It's like y'all don't have a care in the world for any of these people. And listen, can I just have a side rant? This is why I keep telling y'all to stop fucking with AI, because it's contributing to global warming. We see what Jamaica is going through right now. Jamaica, the Caribbean, are the islands that emit the least in terms of pollution, in terms of gas pollution and pollution, period. And they are getting the worst of the global warming. Hello? So Angel is saying that she texted Bobby 3 letters, S-E-X. And now Stacy, who clearly does not send spicy texts to Timo, is like, well, I wonder what will happen if I send him a text. Let me send him a text. Let's see what happens. So she sent him the text with a goofy picture of herself, which was actually really cute. But anyway, he's like, I think you have the wrong number, which I thought was hilarious because that is clearly not their relationship dynamic. He does seem like a very sarcastic guy, though. But I thought it was a funny moment. So anyway, Ashley is telling Gizelle what happened. And, you know, they're kind of talking outside. And Gizelle is laughing. And Stacy comes out and she's like, will you guys stop talking about me? And she continues to make a joke about it. And I just love Stacy's attitude. She does not let anything get under her skin. And I just enjoy her so much on this show. She is a perfect addition here. Also, I feel like that's a part of the reason why these girls are so mad, because they can't get under her skin. Sidebar, I did see Tia on Watch What Happens Live. And I'm like, what the fuck did Stacy do to you, Tia? Tia, I was starting to like you, but don't do that. Don't follow the crowd where you feel like you got to gang up on Stacy because everybody else is doing it. The girls go to dinner. They're having a conversation with the chef who is telling them that he is going to personally cook for them. Y'all, I wanted some of that man's food so bad. I'm like, Mr. Sunshine, can you please cook for me? Okay. Anyway, Angel goes on to say, well, am I going to be on the menu this time? Girl, ain't nobody thinking about your ass. Wasn't nobody thinking about you. You and Kay just be looking for problems. You're too miserable. You know, Caribbean people, we don't say people are miserable. We say miserable. Enunciate every syllable in that. Anyway, oh, and for those of you who are curious, my family is from Barbados and Trinidad. But I was raised in Brooklyn, so I throw a lot of different patois into the way I speak. Like, you'll probably hear me use Jamaican terms, say Trini things. You know, I think I have like an underlying Bayesian base of an accent, you know, but anyway. But yeah, you're too miserable. So the girls want to know why Kay didn't stay for Wendy's birthday dinner, and she says that she was hurting for her friend. It's like, girl, shut up. You was not hurting for Angel. So Jazzy is saying, well, Angel told us that she didn't have a good time last night. Tia is saying, well, if I look like a catfish, I would want someone to tell me. And Jazzy turns to her and says, well, girl, you do be giving catfish. Y'all, I screamed. Also, I hear a lot of people saying, oh, everybody does it. I see people online, oh, everybody does it. I don't. You see this? Hardy R nostrils and the same nostrils y'all gonna get in all of my pictures. Because I do feel like when people use these filters, and I know people who use them, like people I went to high school with, I'm like, girl, that's not your nose, that's not your face. But I think that what social media has done is played into people's body dysmorphia and how people feel about their features. Okay? The featureism that goes hand in hand with the colorism that we be talking about. Okay? The featureism. Y'all be trying to erase the hard ER right here. Baby, we see it. We see it. Okay? So I don't even play around in them Instagram filters when I'm taking selfies. Y'all just gonna see my face. I used to play around with them, and then after a while I was like, oh, this is not right. I don't always want to use these when I get online. And then I noticed that people that I know in real life were always using them, and I'm like, oh, it's contributing to this whole I don't like my face thing, and I don't want to go down that road. I love this face. I love these features. I love this nose. I love that I'm black. Period. The conversation comes up about what Kay said about Wendy. Kay is saying that Jacqueline told her that Jazzy called her a snake. And I'm like, you gonna listen to me, a lying ass friend? Jazzy is like, listen, girl, you came at me in this situation and I am willing to take accountability in this moment, but you also have to be responsible for the things that you say. And then Kay is like, well, I can't be responsible for things that I didn't know that I said. I can't stand motherfuckers like that. You know what you're doing, but you always want to make it so that people have to cite everything, every fact and example. Listen, have your facts and examples ready for motherfuckers like Kay. Just have them ready. Because those are the type of people that you cannot have an honest conversation with. They never want to be accountable for how they act. And it's like, oh, give me an example. It's like, okay, no problem. Give me a moment to write down my list and I'll come the fuck back to you. Because I'm one of those girls. I'll come back with a list. Give me a moment to stew on it and marinate, girl. I'll come back. Then Jazzy goes on to reveal that the tea is that Kay said that Wendy can't be trusted. And I don't know why Jazzy feels like that was some big piece of tea. I feel like there's got to be more to it. There just has to be. So we see a preview for next week's episode, and I just want to know who Angel is calling a snaggletooth stringy hair piece of trash. Okay, because that was a cute little read, but I want to know who that was directed to. But anyway, y'all, that was the episode. Go ahead and get down in the comments with me. Let me know how you felt about this. You already know that I want to hear from you. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Hit subscribe on your way out, and I will see y'all for the next one. Peace.